Well, Jack, the folks seemed to go for Allan's song, didn't they?
Yeah, Judy Garland looks entirely different in pictures, doesn't she? And Bob, I've met Jones before. He seems like a very nice chap, an intellectual sort, ain't he?
Yeah. Yes, he sure is. You know, after meeting Kenny Baker last Sunday, I would say that Allan is the exact antithesis.
Well, what was that, Bob?
I say Allan is the exact antithesis.
Well, yes, he is. If I knew what it meant, I could be even more definite. You know? Of course, Bob, Kenny is a very amusing boy, though. He does say the most ridiculous things. I mean, when I talk to him, whenever I ask him anything, I get the silliest answers. You know, you've heard him. Like this morning, for instance.
Yeah, what'd you ask him?
To take a cut. He was polite, though. He said, "Go soak your head, please." Oh, he was coughing.
Well, of course, Allan is a different type entirely.
Yes, I'd like to talk to him, just in case Kenny ever happens to read his contract, you know.
Yes, well, I want you to meet everybody, Jack. Allan.
Yes, Bob?
You know Jack Benny, don't you?
Well, I'm very glad to see you again, Allan.
Well, I won't work for a cent less than Kenny Baker.
Yeah. That wasn't in the script. Fighting the hand that might feed you, eh? I merely wanted to compliment you on your voice, Jones, although I don't think it was the proper selection.
What do you know about it?
Well, to put it conservatively, everything. You see, Allan, this show needs all the help that I can give it.
Now, wait a minute, Jack. Wait a minute. This show doesn't need anything.
Well, you're just being stubborn, that's all. Now, you take your musical selections. In the first place, I don't like the arrangements.
Well, what's the matter with them?
Now, you keep out of this, buddy. Who asked you to butt in, anyway?
Listen, Jack, this is Meredith Willson, our conductor.
Oh. Now, look, Mr. Willson, I sounded like Edward Horton then, didn't I? Now, look, Mr. Willson, I was just telling Bob that the arrangements of your selection should have a little more schmaltz. You know, sounder construction in the bass, and let the melody carry itself. You know?
Well, Mr. Benny, when I want your advice, I'll send for you. And I didn't send for you.
Well, a Phil Harris without curls.
Yeah? Well, you're a Clark Gable without hair.
Who said that?
I did. Don Wilson isn't here.
Jack, this is Ted Pearson, our announcer.
Hello, Pearson. And that crack about my hair wasn't very funny. You know, I have plenty of hair. It just happens that I have a high forehead. That's all.
Ladies and gentlemen, speaking of Jack Benny's head, buy Maxwell House coffee in the super vacuum tin.
Well, this is a fine way to run a program, commercial plugs right in the middle.
You better beat it, Ted.
Gee, that Pearson has got some nerve for a guy with only one flavor. Well, Bob, anyway, now that I've got your show rolling along, an idea strikes me that right here, Meredith Willson must play a soft number.
Well, is there any particular number you can suggest, Jack?
Well,
How about Rosalie?
No, not Rosalie. That number's so worn out. Let him play anything but Rosalie, Bob. See? Hey. I trapped him, folks. That's the number I really wanted.
Always and always.
Hey, that's not Rosalie. I've been wrong.
Glory and wonder of you. Always and always, my love will go soaring to heaven or under the blue. Life is strange and ever changing, doesn't make reason or rhyme. But through all the centuries time endured, oh, we'll be always together forever. it's repeating, and always, I'm yours.
Now, Bob, I think right here I ought to play a violin solo.
Jack, go away.
Oh, all right. A little class wouldn't hurt this program.
Meredith, that was a grand job on Always and Always. It sounded swell.
Oh, really? I wasn't listening.
Oh, say, Bob. Oh, there you are.
Frank, are you here again?
Am I here again? Why, yes, I think so. I'm sure I'm around someplace. I can hear my voice, can't you?
Yes, I guess you're here all right.
Well, that's fine. Then we won't bother looking for me. Let's get going, Bob. Now, we don't want to be late.
Late? Late for what?
The premiere. This is the most exciting opening night in Hollywood's history. Why, everybody who is anybody will be there. Believe me, I had to use plenty of influence to get you invited. And now you hesitate. Don't get...
Frank, where is this opening night? At Grauman's Chinese Theater?
No. At Tishabov's Turkish Baths. It's a formal affair, you know. I'm wearing a top hat, white tie, and a black towel. Do it right, I always say.
No, thanks, Frank. I'm not going to the opening night of any Turkish bath.
Oh, but, Bob, I got 2 front row seats in the steam room. We'll have a hot time. And they tell me it's a very stylish place.
Yeah, what can be stylish about a Turkish bath?
Well, in the ordinary Turkish bath, you have to take a shower before you go into the pool.
Yeah, well...
Well, but in this place, they make you take a shower before you take a shower. Very sanitary.
No, you better count me out, Frank, but you'd better go. You certainly look flabby.
Well, that's because I exercise. Oh, who looks flabby? Why, Bob, you can't be serious. You know I'm the perfect physical specimen. Why, only this morning I ran 100 yards in 8 seconds.
8 seconds?
Yes.
Well, it takes Jesse Owens 9 2/5 seconds to run 100 yards.
Yes, but I know a shortcut. Why, when I was in the Olympics in 1914...
Frank, I didn't know that you were in the Olympics.
Well, neither did I until just now. Of course I was. Well, Bob, I was the sensation of the Olympics of 1918.
I thought it was in 1914.
My, time flies, doesn't it? Bob, I'm sorry you missed me in those Olympics of 1922. Let's see, they were held in the southern part of Europe.
Yugoslavia?
Yes, and I go skiing, too. Oh, Yugoslavia. That's the country. I thought you were clearing your throat. Yes, Bob, there's nothing like outdoor sports to keep you fit. Why, right here in California, I exercise every day, if it isn't raining. You should see me make a standing broad jump. And I'm a wizard at those old Grecian sports, throwing the javelin, pole vaulting.
What about the discus?
Oh, the discus. Well, I make my wife wash them. I wear the pants in my house with an apron over them.
Yes, Frank, I think America will acknowledge that you're definitely a manly type.
Oh, thank you, Bob.
Yes, you're one man who is the absolute personification of masculine charm.
Yes.
The epitome of dashing virility.
Oh, what do you hear? From the dictionary? You know, Bob, I didn't know that I was so good. I'm going right out and hire a press agent. So long. I'll see you next. Yes.
Oh, Bob, who was that fellow?
It was Frank Morgan.
Morgan. What does he do?
What does he do? Well, I'll tell you what he does. He occupies the position of being radio's #1 comedian.
Oh, you mean #1 on this program?
#1 on this program or any radio program.
Oh, well. You mean not counting Sunday nights, of course.
Yes, counting Sunday nights or any nights. He's the funniest man in the country.
Well, that's open for discussion, you know.
No, that's closed.
Well, I've just opened it. And it's going to stay open if we have to run into Bing Crosby's program. Of course, you may think that Morgan is comical just out of sentiment.
Sentiment?
Yeah, you know the old saying, people on the same program are thicker than water. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't.
Well, whether you think he's funny or not, did you hear the people laughing?
Yes, they were laughing. They're happy. Things are getting better everywhere. That's why.
Now, I'll tell you why they were laughing. They were laughing because Frank Morgan is very funny. Do you get it? Frank Morgan is funny.
What?
I said Frank Morgan is funny.
Well, you're just in a rut, that's all. You probably think Jeanette MacDonald has a better voice than Andy Devine. I've never heard of him.
Get me out of this.